Today we're going to be comparing the Diode Dynamics and the Morimoto C lights for the 2015-2016 WRX and STI. The Diode Dynamics just came out recently. The Morimoto product's been out for a number of months now. The first thing we're going to get into is packaging. Both companies have excellent packaging. Looks like the Diode Dynamics version does come with an instruction guide, which is really nice. And I'm sure Morimoto has one on YouTube, or one of their service providers has a guide. Both are really easy to install. You don't really necessarily need a guide, but it does come in handy. Let's see. That's about it for packaging. They both look really nice. These are the drivers for each of the products. The Morimoto one is really small. I don't think that matters necessarily, but the Diode Dynamics one is a lot larger. It looks like it's fully potted. I'm pretty positive the Morimoto one is potted as well. Next thing I'd like to get into is the wiring between the driver and the C light. The Morimoto one has a T10 connector, which is good for the non-LED version, the WRX. The issue is that it's not very long. It's almost as if they wanted you to mount it inside the headlight. I personally don't agree with that option, simply because if the driver fails, it's going to be an issue, and it's going to be a little bit of a hassle to get everything taken apart and go in and replace that driver. So they've made it more plug and play style with the T10 adapter. Personally, between the driver and the C light, we've been extending them about 12 inches. We can feed it outside the headlight, and that way, if anything is to happen, we're able to simply replace the driver on the exterior of the headlight, and that's a very easy fix. The Diode one, as you can see, it comes with that length, which is really nice. That way, if anything happens, driver can be easily replaced. There's no modification. That's definitely a time saver right there. So we got into drivers, the packaging, the C light itself. It looks like they're both made of some kind of flexible material. Back of the boards, you got the solder points right there. So you'll notice the Morimoto one only has 2 wires going in. The Diode one has 3 wires coming in. There's actually a dimmer on the white function on the Diode Dynamics board. The Morimoto one does not have that. They are both switchback LED, meaning they'll switch from white to amber whenever the turn signal is activated, if you want to tap in that feature. That's just a little bit about the wiring itself. Here we're going to get up close and personal to the board. You can see the gel coating is edge to edge on these. The Diode one, it's more of a thin line all around. You can see the board is a little bit wider. Overall, it looks like it's a little bit more narrow on the side than the Morimoto. Possibly better fitment, to be honest with you. We haven't installed these. These literally just came in the door, and I know a lot of you are excited about seeing the differences. We're gonna get this hooked up, and we'll show the C lights on. So right off the bat, you're gonna see a little bit of the difference between the 2 colors. As far as lighting goes, you can see the Morimoto one is a little bit cooler, and the Diode version is a little bit warmer. More of a true 5K white versus the Morimoto. I would say it's in the 6,000 Kelvin range. So you can see the Morimoto has, looks like a single strip, goes into about 2, 3. It's a little interesting how they do that. They filled in the whole board, as far as which one's brighter. You can tell they're about equals. I'm not sure why the camera's having trouble picking this portion up, but it looks like the diode one simply has a strip running along the edge. Now I'm activating the amber portion. So you can go over and look at the strip itself again. You can see the diode one appears to be a little bit brighter, but it's also a little bit more yellowish. I like the Morimoto one. It's a little bit more amber, but clearly the diode one has a brighter turn signal function. So that's definitely noted. The coating appears to be thicker. You don't really see the LEDs. I'm not sure what kind of LED chips are behind these or on these boards, but you can tell there is a little bit of a difference between how they're made. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that. You can see the delay on the diode one was slightly longer, but that pretty much wraps up this comparison video. I'd like to note that the diode one is made in the United States, which is great for the people that want to support local businesses. The downside is, you know, the demand and the supply as of right now. It's hard for them to pump out more units, but if it's something that you're willing to wait for, I think it looks like a very solid product. People have been really happy with the Morimoto ones. The pricing is roughly about the same on both products, but the Morimoto one was released first initially, and I'm sure once Diode catches up with everything, we'll be able to get them very easily. But as of right now, we're excited to actually install our first set of sea lights. And it's important to note that we support both of these companies, Diode Dynamics and Morimoto, and the retrofit source. Neither company has come forward and asked us to make a review. You know, these are completely unbiased reviews. We're simply an installer and a reseller of the products. We love both companies, and both companies have an awesome product. They're just a little bit different, and that's where you guys can make the decision on which product you rather see in your car. The thing about the Morimoto is they have their whole halo lineup and strip lineup, so if you're matching up halos, it's a perfect complementary product versus the diode. One downside is that if you have a halo put in from another company, unless it's RGB, the color may not match up. So Morimoto has more options as of right now. I think Diode is coming out with some halos, and that'll be interesting to see. But as of right now, I think this comparison video was a quick overview of the two products, and we're going to be installing them pretty soon, and we'll keep everybody posted on on how everything goes. All right, have a nice day, and thanks for watching.